Financial freedom. That's all we want, right? And it is getting increasingly difficult to feel free, happy when everything is so expensive. Affordability is a real word. I'm TK and I am the founder of Thrive Wisely. And this is a nonprofit dedicated to financial literacy in underserved communities, in the communities where they're not teaching us about money, how to make money, how to save money, how to make our money work for us, how to create generational wealth. And I come from it from a different angle. Sure, you're going to learn about budgeting, how to spend less than you make, investing, but the answer is really cash flow. So you'll learn the basics, what's debt, what's assets, how to use them. The real magic that we need right now as a society, as a people, is how to understand the game that is rigged. This is a capitalist society. It has gotten so bad. It's become so much about money that people have forgotten to care about people, to take care of your neighbors, to be your brother's keeper, to take care of your sis. And we have to get back to this type of thinking, being, playing, a way of being so that we can all rise together. Because there are the haves and the have-nots. There's a mindset of grab and get, and there's a mindset of when you do well, we all do well. This grab and get it's the colonizer. It's in their DNA. It's like, what land can I take? Who can I step on to make myself feel better? It doesn't matter. It's like it's the survival of the fittest. So we're going from the mindset, which is from this channel, from the Thrive Wisely channel mindset, is we win together. There's struggles that we're all going through anyway right now. So how do we flip the script, take what this predatory behavior that's happening built into our economic systems, how do we learn them, take them and flip them, and then we become the winner? When you know the rules, then you can play the game. We're not even playing the game. We're just in the flow. We get a check, we spend it. We don't know why our money is gone. How did it go so fast? Why are costs going up faster than my paycheck is going up? Why can't I even get a paycheck anymore? And then maybe the paycheck isn't the way to go. It's investing, it's having your own business, it's finding out where you can make money that's passive, that you can make money while you sleep. So but these ideas mean that we have to invest in each other. We have to support one another. We have to spend our money with people who spend their money on us. We have to stop spending our money with the oppressors. We give our money to the same people who don't want to be what who don't want us to move into their neighborhood. Okay? What if we spent our money where they would also invest in our business ideas? And we do this all the time. We spend our money outside of our own neighborhoods. We give it to the big box chains and instead of the local community retailer that is paying the taxes for your streets and putting it back into you. So we're going to discuss and talk about all of these ways so we have the mindset to actually change our lives in a way that makes us financially free, that we can have it, and we can also have a sense of control so that we're not a victor, but we are the master of our fate. Okay. So I'll just start with some basic financial literacy things that everyone should know. Know where your money is. Start with your inflows, how much you make, and how much you're spending. Just get a sheet of paper, write it down. Simple as that. How much do I make? Put that down, your net check. We can talk about taxes and all that later. Then what am I spending? What's my rent? What's my car note? What's everything? How much am I spending? So then you'll see where your money's going. It's called a budget. I hate to start with the people who hear budget and they want to run for the hills. You just start with, it's called, to me, it's cash flow. Cash flow is king. How much you have is based on how much you make and how much you spend. So just start there. Know what you have. That's just the first step. And then right there, that's going to take care of a lot of problems because then you'll see, well, I probably need to cut this out. I need to cut that out. Oh, I actually should go ahead and pursue that gig I was going to do. Make that extra money. That few hundred is going to make a big difference month to month. Save 10% if you can, um, and let that grow till you have at least 6 months of expenses in the bank. So if you lose your job, those expenses that you wrote down, that you've got enough for 6 months, at least a year would be great. We just call that the emergency fund. Put that in a bank account, don't even mess with it. Put it in a savings account, just because that the way the world works is not if you're gonna need it, it's when you're gonna need it, okay? Credit and debt. Keep your credit cards low. Try not to even have them at this point, if possible, because the game is rigged so much. And we're going to talk about the fees, the charges, what they're doing, that it's hard once you, if you have, if you, it's hard if you abuse your credit cards to ever get out of the system. So debt in itself isn't bad. Leverage is good when you can use it in the right way. And we'll be talking about how to use it. What's the right amount? But if you have credit cards, don't let that outstanding balance, how much you've charged on it, be more than 30% of the total credit line available. So if you have a credit card with $1,000 on it, don't charge up more than 300. You're going to say, well, why? I got the credit limit, because it's going to mess up your credit score. You're not going to have that for the rainy day that you need it. It's really about the credit score and your credit utilization. That's important. That's knowing the game. If you have 10,000, don't charge up more than 3,000. Of course, yeah, you got to get new brakes on your car and you don't have any place. You want to have room on that car to go get it if you don't have the cash. So there's a room, there's a place for everything. Don't use the credit card for groceries and things that are fleeting unless you're going to pay it off every month. If you have that discipline, we're talking about something else. But if you're earning points and you got the cash and you're just putting it on there in one place and that's your system, it's a good system if you're really doing, if you're paying it off from month to month. Otherwise, you're buying groceries, going to the movies, doing these things that are disposable, concert tickets, things that are disposable and continue to turn every month. And then you build up a balance and you're paying interest on it. You're paying 20 and 30% interest on every dollar that you spend, but you're consuming it every month. That's money going in and out of the drain. You're going backwards. Don't get in that position. And if you are, then the next goal is to pay that credit card balance down. So we'll talk about credit cards and balance in a very practical way. But these are just the top things you need to know. Invest in yourself, another 10%. Some people tithe, give to the needy, give to those who need it. But we talked about saving. You can invest spiritually, compassionately in people because it comes back to you. But also in the main, we talk about investing in stocks. Get an index fund. Don't go off trying to, if you're just starting out and picking individual ones. Again, and that's if you got it extra in case that doesn't work out. You got to be ready to lose anything you invest when you have risky investments. You want some safer investments. Get you a Roth IRA. Get some life insurance. These are things that will keep you going. And then finally, when you do look at your income streams, and this goes around, it's like rinse and repeat. Find some more ways to make money. Side hustle, invest in a business, invest in real estate. A lot of businesses now have owners that are retiring and their kids don't want them. There's this whole area called entrepreneurship through acquisition. You can buy some businesses. You can pull you and some friends and go find a business and buy. You don't have to start a car wash, a barbershop, a venture. You can actually go research and find some that are already out there ready to be sold. So it's great to know these rules if you're already making money. A lot of who I'm talking to and who's going to benefit with Thrive Wisely are people that don't even have that extra money. You're talking about saving 10% and then investing another 10% when you're already living check to check. There is no extra 20% to do anything with. That it all goes to the bills. That is, you're in a deficit position. You have that and debt. What do we do there? First thing, and again, this goes for everyone, but definitely for us, is you have to know the game. We have to know the landscape. Everything costs money now. I went to the gas station get air in the tire for the car, it costs $3. $3 for air. We already know water costs. You go to the airport, you could spend $7 on a bottle of water. These are basic elements: earth, wind, fire, air. Earth is real estate. That's going up all the time. Any piece of land that's out there, we have commoditized it. Again, it's a colonizer mentality, it's a capitalist mentality. In and of itself, it didn't used to just be bad, but anything that gets abused, it tears down a system. So, earth, wind, we're paying for air for our tires. $3 to get air. It used to be free. Here, come get air. I want to make my customers happy. I want you to come back and get some gas and get some air while you're here. No, $3 for air. That's going to stay on for about 2 minutes. We know about the water. Oh, and and fire. You want to heat your apartment? I mean, the weather with climate change, the weather, our heating bills were like $300. People were getting assistance to be able to pay for 1 month's of heating bill. So things that used to be just a common way of living, how that we need, that we could afford, have become expensive because they go up and up and up. Unreasonably so. If you're renting, the rent is going up every year faster than the raise you're getting at work. The rent's going up 3%. You barely get 1% at work. Or they're going up 5%. Then they're adding on fees. Now you got to pay for parking. Now that's going up. We had a storage unit, got a great deal on it, $100-something a month. After just 4 months, it went up $50. It went up like 30%. Then last month, it went up another $11. So you get, the way these establishments are working is you get locked into a lifestyle, and they sort of have you over a barrel, and then the prices just go up and up and up. And we have to understand that that's the case. So we have to plan not just for today. We have to think ahead to tomorrow. To how are these systems working? How are they integrated? And the banks, are they loaning money more than they're charging? They will loan to charge. You have to understand how it all goes together. So there are predatory practices out there, and who they're approving for housing, who they're approving for loans, who they're investing in, and who are they? They are the ones who are owning the system, who are manipulating it for their good. Again, so it benefits the rich, the few, the 1%, but it is hell for everyone else. So the people who have money in the bank, they don't have to pay monthly fees to have money in the bank. They get the lowest rates to buy a house or whatever because they want your money to sit in there. But still, they have your money, which is more valuable to you because you may have less of it. And then they're still going to charge you. Don't miss one payment. It's going to crush your credit score. They're going to charge you. You miss a payment on a credit card, it could be $25. They're going to charge you $35 for missing the payment. So now you're down out $60. If you're unaware of these things, you keep going for the okie doke. One big problem I see is people are going out and buying cars and not really understanding the whole cost of car ownership. Okay, it's not just the car notes. It's the insurance, it's the gas, it's the oil changes. It's when gas goes up. You didn't think that gas was going to practically double overnight. So when these things happen and you're reliant on your car, now you've got another big anchor around your neck that you didn't think was a big deal. So we have to think about these things. And the rent is a major bill, your rent or your mortgage. So buying versus renting. These equations are changing now in the world that we live in. Just like going to college. These student loans are not affordable anymore, and they're getting cut out anyway. But the cost of going to college, by the time you take out loans to finance it, that's another bill you have to pay that most people can't afford to pay. That you're not getting the type of job like a doctor or a lawyer that you're going to get $100,000 worth of loans over time and be able to pay them back because you have a mid-level job. It doesn't afford you to start out with $100,000 in debt. So these are the ways to start thinking, to really pay attention to how your money is going, but it starts with a mindset. Who am I? Where am I right now in this plane? How can I improve the situation? So, know where you are right now, what's coming in, what's going out. Figure out how to pay that debt down. Start there. Do not participate. First, we stop the bleeding. Stop participating in areas that are taking your money and not putting back into your community. That's a big deal. Stop buying things with credit that are fleeting because that's building more debt for things you won't even remember tomorrow. That Starbucks or that coffee. And there's other things that lifestyle changes, things that are expensive, the nails, the weed, the designer clothes, um, the bags. You can be stylish in other ways because they eat up a lot of money. The concerts, the things that your friends, the going out, the things that friends and people say you need to, you can live a fine life, a happy life, and feel financially free and happy doing things that matter. So it's really an assessment of what matters, what brings you joy, right? And balancing those things out. Being broke doesn't really bring most people joy. And it's not until it happens that you're like, how did I get here? But that's okay. Now we're here. Part of this is compassion because it's not your fault. Really, like the system is and right now, the system is corrupt. It's so corrupt that you shouldn't even feel bad right now. I'm going to just give yourself grace. I'm giving you grace. Give yourself grace that even with the best intentions and doing the best you can, I have still found myself in a situation that is ridiculous and it is eye opening. But now, when your eyes are open and you see things, you can operate different. That's what I'm saying. And that's what we're doing here. This is thrive wisely. So, how do we thrive wisely? And it's community based too. So, there's 5 C's. There's cash. Got to watch your cash flow. In it, what's going in, what's going out. You have to know that. Credit. Minimize your credit. You can use debt strategically, but those credit cards, there's a way to watch those. Compassion. That is, when we have a victim mentality and we're feeling bad about our situation, it's crushing. There's something called like a poverty tax, a mental poverty tax. How are we supposed to go to work, pay these bills, do this, feel bad about ourselves? No, you are right where you're supposed to be. Love yourself. We are going to come together and figure this thing out. It's not your fault. The system should be ashamed of itself, and it's up to us to change from within. Community. It's up to us. We have to get together. We have to start putting our money in our communities, buying from each other, not spending it with all these high-end designers that don't put their money back into our communities, some of them don't even want us wearing their clothes, and we still do it. No, community. We have to help our neighbors. Let's get roommates again. Let's go back to living more communally. Let's know who our neighbor is. Let's take some butter and sugar and talk to them and know their name. Pick up their newspaper. Okay. And the last one is create companies. And really, this is about investing in ourselves. And this is their susus and saving groups and going out and putting your money into real businesses like for yourself. And there's tax benefits. You don't have to be a mobile. You can get an LLC and the shea butter you're selling on the side, the braids, the hair you're doing on the side. You can be writing that stuff off on your taxes. You can be getting a bigger tax return check by just doing some basic paperwork. That's what they do. That's what rich people, the system has been set up. They don't want you to know these things. So the 5 C's: cash, credit, compassion, community, and create companies. And when I say create companies, either you, someone in your family should have a company that you can rally around and support. And if you don't own the company, that's okay. You can create someone else's company by spending your money with people that care about you and your community. So it's a full circle. Compassion, community, cash, credit, it all circulates. Then you find yourself not only being financially liberated, but you'll be free in your mind and in your mindset. So please join me, stay with me, follow. We also have a book coming out that's called No One Is Coming to Save Us, which really hits home on a lot of the concepts that I'm talking about right now that we did. I want it in everybody's hand by the nightstand with your favorite book in your Bible, whatever your spiritual truth is, the things that you hold dear. We need to have this mindset again. This is how we come together as people and in our own abundance and feeling good about ourselves and how we're living. So I'm TK. This is Thrive Wisely. We can do this together.